Yeah, we're missing one. Because I'm always told when presented with what we buy, we think it's problem. Yeah, you have to check it. Yeah, so those. Asha, are we ready? Yeah, we're on. This was for the speed. Let me, okay. Yay. Welcome to the open session board meeting. We do have a quorum established. Krista Bilmery, who is our board president, has playoff tickets, lucky dog, to the Golden Knights game. The puck drops at 6:30. So we want to try to have a quick meeting so that we can actually watch the game. But anyway, introductions, Caitlin, my assistant manager. I am Sharon, your community manager. Adriana is with Katie Holmes, the secretary. Lisa is a board director and homeowner. Mona is vice president and Toll Brothers. And Zach is a board director and homeowner. And then we have Tasha over there getting the camera ready, and she's our lifestyle director. We have Sony, who is our community standards / DRC director. And of course, we have Jeff, who's our facilities director. So we're going to get started. First thing we're going to do is, Jeff, we're going to go ahead and open the sealed bids for our agenda items. It's going to be 2023 city home repaints and 2023 city home roof inspection. So if you can start opening those, and then we'll address those when we come to them on the agenda. All right, opening homeowner forums. This is a limited in-person homeowner attendance at this meeting, and it will be only for those items on the agenda. So I'm going to open it to for those present. Do you have any comments, questions on agenda items?
Item 13, the appointment to the Toll Clubhouse service area. James, a great addition. I've been seeking information about this for the last year, and I was told by your service people that I'd be informed that when that was open and available. There's no notification to anybody in the toll house area of that seat being available.
Okay.
Just want to go on record as, saying I'm a little disappointed in not being acknowledged.
I can understand that, yeah.
Thank you.
Any other comments, questions? Okay, hearing none. Tasha, do we know? Taylor, do we know? Do we have any comments on the agenda from live stream or? No, okay, thank you. All right, we're gonna close the opening forum, but we're gonna go into our action item. Meeting minutes, approved minutes from January 17, 2023 Board of Directors meeting. The board will consider action to adopt the minutes of the last board of directors regular session meeting held on January 7, 2023. Motion. Okay, motion to approve.
Second.
Second. All in favor? Aye. Aye. Thank you. Financial statements. The board will consider action to approve the association's monthly financial statements for the period of December 2022, January 2023, and February 2023, subject to audit. I have a motion to approve subject to audit. Second. Zach is first. On a second. All in favor? Aye. Motion carries. Management and committee reports. City of Henderson update is first. We're going to get an update from former Councilwoman Gary Schroeder will provide a report on behalf of Councilman Shaw's office, and also will provide a report on the street light repair update. Gary?
Thank you, Sharon. And I'll make this quick. This whole report, you will have to, she's got the whole report. So if anybody wants to see the whole report, they're welcome to it, but I'm going to do a shortened down version of it. The Henderson Police Department is the completion is tentatively expected in April 2023, so this month. In Inspirada Station Hotel and Casino, the proposal is scheduled for the April 13th Planning Commission meeting, which was last week, and tentatively the May 4th City Council meeting. Some projects that are coming up that are being done right now. There's some apartments that were approved by City Council on October 4th at the corner of Via Inspirada and Via Da Vinci. There's the Centurion townhouse and apartment and retail mixed use. There's apartments over at Via Central Northeast of Atessa Park, and apartments that were approved by City Council on July 12, 2022 at Via Central South, which is the companion for Via Central North. Streetlights. Inspirada Builders, the city, and the HOA have proposed retrofitting a portion of existing bell lights with Cobra head arm assemblies to address failing units and provide a better lighting profile. Under the scenario, the HOA will benefit from cost savings, and the city would assume maintenance of the new standard assemblies going forward. The fixture purchase has been approved and the light fixtures have been received. About half of the mast arms were delivered in mid-February, and the remaining items are expected the first week of April. So I'm sure that they're here already. The city anticipates starting installing 20% on April 7th, which I understand that they have started installing this. Inspirada Builders contractors started work on the week of March 20th. So you'll see these new street lights being installed right now. Development along Volunteer. There are several housing developments under design construction along the south side of Volunteer from Via Inspirada to Gillespie. Development improvements are being made along Amigo, and the extension of Bermuda will be constructed to south of Volunteer. At Via Nobilia, Via Inspirada to Las Vegas Boulevard, full roadway improvements from Via Inspirada to Las Vegas Boulevard continue. The multiple intersection traffic signal project. The overall design is expected to be complete early 2023, and then the project will move into construction. On Eastern Avenue at Horizon Ridge Parkway to Anthem Parkway, rehabilitation of pavement and ADA enhancements at various locations, currently in design and scheduled to advertise in May 2023, with an anticipated construction schedule of 4 to 6 months. Sunridge Heights Parkway, Levi's to Costco, construction is nearing completion, and the roadway should open to the public in April. Amigos
including Altera, Estrella.
Um, 2023. Through the appointments of Carrie, I'm not gonna even say that last name, and Linda to the social committee. Oh, okay. And then the last one was, the board took action to not consider extending the cell tower lease for another 30 years at this time. We'll wait until it's closer to the end of the existing lease. We still have 19 years left on our existing lease. They're jumping the gun. We're like, no, we don't think so. So I need the board to, motion to acknowledge. Everybody in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Okay, our next agenda item is acknowledgement of investments. The board will consider action to accept investments which the treasurer has initiated to remain within FDIC insured limits per the association investment policy. We need to acknowledge first quarter 2023 reinvestment. Motion to acknowledge. Everybody, aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Moving on to common area turnover. The board will consider action to approve amendment number 8 to the Brightview Landscape Maintenance Contract, which accommodates common area turnover performed since the last meeting. This amendment includes streetscapes and common areas in KD Homes TC1, 11 city homes in TC1, a native landscape area along Via Contessa near the Overlook, the new trash receptacles along West Trail and Overlook, and additional pet waste station in Pod 7-2. The budget impact is master operating $507 a month as of May 1st, and city homes operating $99 a month as of May 1st. We have a motion to approve.
So moved.
Everybody in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Moving on to spring plant replacement proposals. The board will consider action to approve landscape extra proposals from Brightview for the spring replacement of various plants and trees in city homes, villages 5 through 7, Altera, Porta de Ferro, and a few master common areas. Staff recommends approval. Proposals developed with Brightview based on need and schedule rotation in line with budget allowances for 2023 year. The budget impact is master operating $3,484, city home $10,964, Altera $1,802, and Porta de Ferro $3,189. Motion to approve.
Motion.
A second. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Motion carried. All right, we are up to 2023 city home repaints. The board will review and consider action to approve 2023 city home repaints. Seal bids will be open and read aloud. Jeff, you are up.
All right, cool. I think I got one left.
Oh, what's that? Wow. Okay, well, I'll do it from again. So on the budget impact, it's budgeted city homes reserve expense not to exceed $218,800.
What's a city home?
Like a
shared wall unit. A lot of people call them towns. Big.
They're special.
Not to exceed what?
not to exceed 218,800. We're putting Jeff on the spot.
Yeah, thanks.
Told you I was
I had a
gonna
lot,
fast.
I had a lot of things. A lot of vendors don't come through, so and then they all came through this time.
Who's the mom? Which building is it in?
Yeah.
All right, that's on the repaints. What do you got?
Repaints, all right. Got five vendors bidding.
Oh my goodness.
Every time I go out for paint, I only get like, I'm lucky if I get 3, so this
Okay.
time everybody. sent a
Everybody
bid
joined
in.
in, huh?
Yeah, so, we got, Painter Bros. They came out for trim only, 280,525. Full repaint, is $186,200 for a total of $466,725. They didn't provide any warranty information. Forgettable coatings, trim only was, $118,245. Full repaint, $131,860 for a total of $250,105. They have a 3-year warranty on metal and a 3-year, fresh paint service plan, which they provided a document that shows what the fresh paint service plan in, Paint Masters, they had no breakdown. They just gave us a total cost for everything at $669,900.
What? Okay, forget it.
Yeah. Nevada Painting Company, for trim, it was $278,000. For full repaint, $259,000, for a total of $537,000 with a 5-year warranty on everything. Empire Works, trim came out to $168,423. Full repaints came out to $109,563 with a total of $277,986. They gave us a pretty detailed warranty breakdown. They have an 8-year warranty on their stucco. This is for full repaint. 8-year warranty on stucco, 3-year warranty on metal, 2-year warranty on wood, 2-year warranty on labor. For trim only, it was a 3-year warranty for the metal, 2-year warranty for wood, and 2-year labor. And that's it for that.
Wait, what was the reserve line amount?
Not to exceed 218,800. So we only have 2 bids that would qualify. It would be unforgettable coatings. And the repaints was 118,245, full paint was 131,860 for a total of 250,105. And then Empire Works, repaints was 168,423. Full repaint 109,563 for a total of 277,986.
Who painted, who's been doing it? Unforgettable.
Unforgettable's
Coatings?
been our vendor since we started. doing
Have you
the-
compared like why their cost increases exceeded that? Like, are they charging, is it a paint expense? Is it labor?
On these others,
Like if you compared it dollars for dollars or apples for apples, what they did before and the last job that they did versus now. If we're not to exceed 218 and they're at 250, where are we missing the boat? We missed it last time too, if I recall.
You want me to elaborate on, this?
Well, we don't have to. I mean, we can we just?
I would
say that way?
recommend that we take all this,
Yeah.
we'll put it all together on a spreadsheet. We'll provide you the background info, and then you can make a decision via email.
Okay, and I also, because I have questions about some of the locations too.
Okay,
So did you get that? Yeah. Okay.
So we're gonna make a motion.
So do we have a motion to do that?
Make a
Valerie?
motion to create a spreadsheet with all the cost breakdowns for board approval and approval by email.
Yes, a second.
Everybody in favor?
Aye.
All right. Are you ready for this one?
Easy.
Roof inspections. The board will review and consider action to approve 2023 city home roof inspections. I doubt we have that many. Sealed bids will be open and read aloud. Okay, budgeted city homes reserve expense not to exceed 34,226.
All right, well, this is only inspections, so they won't bid on maintenance until they do the inspection.
Okay, so then that number's not
So
really.
this number is gonna be very low, and there's only 3 bidders, so.
Okay, let's go.
So, we have, first up, PRS, they came out to 3,900.
Oh, wow, okay.
Vegas Born Roofing, came out to 2,945. And Amaya came out to 1,629. Mind you, Amaya is only charging for the boom lift rental for the 3-story buildings on Via Como, Via Ferenz. The others are charging for, the actual inspection.
So these aren't wrong inspections?
No,
And Amaya.
no, they go up there and they actually physically, look at the underlayment and, all that.
And Amaya's who we've used in the past.
Maya's who we.
We are
use,
currently,
so to
yeah,
speak.
that is our vendor.
Okay, I thought so. All right, but that's a full inspection, right?
Yes,
That's full inspection for all the
Full inspection
units that are due, yeah.
Okay.
so we have PRS at 3,900, Vegas Born at 2,945, and Maya Roofing at 1,629.
Right, I moved to use Amaya.
A second.
Everybody in favor? All right, the overlook stamped concrete resurface proposal. The board will consider action to approve the proposal to resurface the stamped concrete at the overlook. This is a master reserve budget expense for 2023. Proposals were provided by Sedco in the amount of $5,950, and for comparison purposes, Ultimate Concrete in the amount of $7,000. Staff recommends Sedco proposal. They're a reliable vendor and less expensive and have done lots of work for us. The budget impact would be master reserves, $5,950. Second. Everybody in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. So Solicitor Pavilion Canopy Annual Inspection Proposal. The board will consider action to approve proposal from ETS, which is the original manufacturer who installed replacement shade structure in early 2022, to perform annual inspections on the large shade structure in the Solicitor Pavilion. It would be ideal to hire ETS to inspect the structure, as they would also be able to maintain and make repairs as a result of the annual inspections. The proposal also includes a repair kit to keep on site and have during the inspections, and the schedule of expenses for annual inspection and maintenance for years 2023 through 2025. This is considered a master operating expense. The budget impact, master operating, the PVC repair kit is $1,735. The 2023 annual inspection and maintenance would be $11,475. In 2024, it would be $11,935. And in 2025, it'd be $12,410. The reason that we're asking for ETS is because they are the only ones that can work on this structure. Nobody else has a license or the ability to do maintenance or repairs.
Move to approve.
Everybody in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Toll Brothers Clubhouse Playground Equipment and Safety Padding Replacement. The board will consider action to approve proposal to replace playground equipment and safety padding at Toll Brothers Clubhouse. This is a budgeted reserve expense for 2023, not to exceed $107,120. The equipment must be replaced as the coating is deteriorating, exposing raw metal, and is currently in violation for our last inspection. Also, the padding is beyond repairable and must be replaced, as the current repair patches have started lifting, as well as areas that haven't already been patched. Both items were scheduled to be replaced this year per the reserve study. Proposals were obtained from Park Pro, currently performs our playground inspections, in the amount of $97,467, and for comparison purposes, Creative Recreational in the amount of $1,391. Staff recommends going with Park Pro proposal option B for $97,467. They are our current vendor. They do all our inspections. They are reliable. We trust them. And it would be a Toll Brothers Reserve expense of $97,467. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Fitness equipment proposal, or community enhancement committee recommendation. Oh, hang on. Okay. The board will consider action to approve proposal for fitness equipment to be installed on the West Trail. This is a budgeted community enhancement operating expense and has been researched, reviewed, and recommended by the Community Enhancement Committee. Motion, and it would be a master operating expense, $144,225. Motion to approve. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you, Community Enhancement Committee. Entry landscape lighting, terraces gated neighborhood. The board will consider action to approve landscape lighting at entryway to Terraces gated neighborhood as a community enhancement expense. It is a recommendation by Terraces Service Area. Terraces operating will be $1,328 budget impact. Motion to approve. I make a motion. Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Solar bollards installation at Park gated neighborhood. The board will consider action to approve installation of solar bollards at Park neighborhood as a community enhancement operating expense. Recommendation by Park Service Area. The budget impact would be park operating $18,682. Motion to approve. Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Appointment to Toll Brothers Clubhouse Service Area Committee. The board will consider action to appoint Jamie Bruss to the Toll Brothers Clubhouse Service Area Committee to fill the open vacancy. Jamie Bruss is a member in good standing, recommendation by Toll Brothers Service Committee. However, hearing what this gentleman had to say, I was just gonna ask, I think we need to pause this and make sure
I'm very happy with James' appointment.
I mean, we can send out and get. How did we?
You had that opportunity at one point, and I never heard from him, so I'm very, you know.
Then you're
pleased
okay with
James.
us moving forward with this?
If another appointment comes up,
Yes.
then it should be put out to.
Right. Right,
Members of the service area.
okay. All right, then, okay. Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
All right. That is the last of the review and action items. So we will move into our closing homeowner forum. And it's gonna be about anything. So we are gonna start with. We're gonna go ahead and Sonia's gonna read those sent in earlier. Go ahead, Sonia.
Okay, so we have a homeowner comment. This one is about the traffic safety survey. I missed the traffic safety survey and was asked to make my comments here. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. I'd like to express our concern regarding the speeding and reckless driving on the street in front of my house via Altamira. The speed limit is 35 miles per hour and has no stop signs or anything to make drivers slow down for a quarter mile. My neighbors also feel the same way. We have kids that play out front, but cars speeding on that street make it very unsafe and concerning. This street is very similar to Via Ferenz and should have a speed limit as such, which is 25 miles per hour. At a minimum, there should be stop signs at the intersections to slow drivers down. A few months ago, a driver, was killed speeding down the street via Altamira and flew off into a construction zone near the new park being built. I have also made a formal complaint to the city of Henderson. I would really appreciate it if you would please consider our concerns and implement some changes to improve the safety of Via Altamira. Our neighbors, kids, and families deserve it. Please feel free to contact me if you have any questions. Then we have another homeowner comment. I've called and sent messages regarding people not cleaning after their dogs. There's a lot of dog feces adjacent to the mailboxes on Tolmezzo near Brazine. Please send someone out to clean before the issue gets worse. Last homeowner comment, I see the patchwork on our roads from the construction site. Are there plans to have the roads repaved after construction is completed? And who is in charge of the patches on the roads to ensure they are done properly?
Do you have an
And
address?
no address.
Oh. That would help.
And those are the 3 comments that we
Okay,
received.
thank you. So those are 3 comments already sent in. So we're gonna. Nothing from you. Okay, great. So now we're gonna open up to our fabulous people in person. Does anybody have any comments or questions they would like to ask? USC.
Right on. I'm Bob Pollock. I live on the rooms directly across the street from the moms.
Okay.
I have 3 things I would like to bring up if I may.
Okay.
We need a stop sign on Via Serra Road. You can't believe how fast they're running up and down that street. That's the little intersection where all the kids go to go into the pool. You know what it's gonna take, I'm afraid, as soon as the kid will get, there'll be a stop sign up the next one. The other thing is I would like to do something about those gas powered leaf blowers at 6 o'clock in the morning. And there's 17 states now that have outlawed gas powered leaf blowers. The other thing is very, very personal to me. I noticed we have an American flag up now. That's great. But I'm not sure that people understand the responsibility that they incur when they put up an American flag. Federal law and flag etiquette state that the flag has to be taken down in the morning and raised again at in the morning. If it's going to be flown 24/7, it must be lit.
Yes.
And there's a little teeny light on the top of that thing that's worthless. You know, at night you can't even tell the flag is there.
Okay.
I did 3 tours of Vietnam. And between my second and third tour, me and my team were put on board to escort back to the States. And we walked up the ramp and we all stood there and stared. It was 54 coffins, all with American flags. We had to look at those flags for 18 hours.
Oh.
And so every time I see a flag that, you know, all ripped and torn or something like, I have a flag in my place and it's lit 24/7. If we can't light it, that turns into an expense of some kind. We can just have the security guards take it down and put it up. It wouldn't cost anything at all. So that's.
We'll move forward with getting adequate lighting for it.
And so, like I said, that's personal to me. And so thanks for the consideration of your time.
Thank you, Tom.
Thank you.
Anybody else in the back?
Hi, I live over at 3532 County Avenue. My name is Kristen Nigro. We moved in last year. I've talked to Jeff quite a few times. I'm really concerned. There's actually a wash area that's not developed. And my son, who's with me, likes to kind of go around and tinker with the rocks, not in the wash area. In the summertime, it's super, super dangerous. It roars, it roars. But my biggest concern right now is the amount of trash that is blowing into there. And I'm talking, I went out there with bags and cleaned up like bags of stuff. I cleaned up 2x4s, I cleaned up bricks, I cleaned up pavers, nails, anything you can think of. I really, really need some type of mitigation on this because I don't know what the plan is. I know Jeff and I have been in conversation. I've talked to Adela from KB. I would like to maybe get some kind of timeline to know if there's something that we're gonna do to fix that, to pave it, to make it the trail that it has the potential to be. So I'm just really concerned, and I think we have a couple of us here that are gonna speak about it.
We addressed this issue at the last meeting.
No, the meeting before last. Yeah.
What pod?
Nothing's been done.
By
Pod
Tivoli and the.
7-4, not 17.
So it's pod 7-4, they're talking about the wash between pod 7-4 and future 6-1.
I
KB
saw
I think they just completed, or they're completing the last of the landscape in there, but I
Yeah, I have
talked to.
pictures to prove there's so much dirt. I myself went there and cleaned up bags, nothing gets done.
They
It's,
know.
everything
Well,
goes into our pools, into our backyards.
And actually this morning,
They were
we
dumping.
videotaped a dump truck coming out of there.
Everybody
Unfortunately, we
dumping.
didn't get them dumping, so I can't,
We can't,
but they're just, that's a dumping ground, they're dumping debris.
Okay.
This was construction dumping.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of construction material, stuff that's blowing up, is like boxes of, tile boxes.
fences,
that are
hay.
Got it. Well, yeah,
So I
It's
talked
not
to
just
land
there, too.
development, they said that they were getting ready to do the pavement,
because they're coming
the
in. off that
paving
side.
and the native
Yeah.
landscape, I wanna say they were going out to bid for it. So it's in the process, I think they were just waiting to finish 7-4.
We have the same problem
So-
all along volunteer. I've submitted a ticket as well because my headlights hit that at night and I was shocked at the amount of trash that sits out there.
Yeah, and I mean, that's just like, and
It's-
that, I'm
it's
glad that you guys
everywhere.
are seeing that, because, I mean, for us too, like, I mean, it's beautiful out there and like, there's a lot of good
Not
potential.
when your
for it.
lights hit it.
Exactly, and that's the thing is not only that, but like where I'm at, because I don't have a house to the right of me, it's like a wind tunnel, so everything you can think of blows in there. And then not to mention the rocks on the other side of the wall and like, I guess, the common area, it looks like the landscaper came, put a few rocks out and said, oh my God, we've run out. And so if we could maybe potentially get rocks to actually go down the hill, so it doesn't look that fast, that's about.
Whose responsibility is that KB or the
They-
builders? Is
We
it
have,
problem.
we have to.
the homeowners association?
It's
Because
ideal.
we're getting,
It's the,
That's
yeah,
their
it's the
fault.
developer.
It's the developer.
It's the
Yeah.
developer.
it is a developer.
Yeah, which is not the builder, but the developer. And so, but we can, the builders oftentimes have a better access to the developer than we
Because
do.
even if,
So,
I know it takes time to get, as Jeff was talking about paving and everything.
Yeah.
Or going to the natural habitat, but even if someone would clean it and get rid of the glass, and the beer cans and the beer bottles.
and it's a shame that
Because
it even
as Kristen
happens.
said,
We've done it and we can help if you.
Yeah,
No, we hear you.
and then on Contact Henderson, go in there too and keep submitting a complaint. I did it just for volunteer the other
Especially the
day.
photos you have,
Yeah,
submit it.
and refer to your pod as 7-4. Right, 7-4, refer to the pod,
The
put
west,
your location.
the west end of 7-4.
Yeah.
pod 7-4.
And who is that we submit to? Is that
It's
Henderson?
when you go to City of Henderson, where you pay your water bill,
Yes.
okay, so up in the top right, I believe it's still up in the top right, it says Contact Henderson, it's a little button.
Yeah, or you can go over to government and then a menu will drop down,
Oh,
over to the left, you'll see contact Henderson. You can just click on that.
And then it'll
Perhaps
bring up
the
another
council
menu, just keep
like,
getting yourself through there.
Give us a little push.
I do the same.
You know, it's so dark too. Would they be able to install some like,
Does not belong to the builders on that side.
Yeah,
it's like,
I believe
yeah,
that's.
I don't know what the future plans is for that. It's kind of like the West Trail, just a native landscape area with the flood channel. They don't even have lighting on the West Trail. So I don't know what.
So no light.
for that, yeah.
It's like anywhere, if you're a community in Summerlin up against Red Rock, there are no lights on that side.
no, crap.
It's the same thing. So there's no lights on that side, but
Well,
there's
at
just a lot of traffic because of the road that was built out to LBB. So that, what is that? Via Inspirata,
Yeah,
built all the way out. So that traffic is what makes you feel like there might be a lighting out there, but there won't be.
All right, thank you. Guy in the back.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Well, just to, just to piggyback. I think if anybody's driven through like a new development, you see that's, they call it straw wattle that they put in front of catch basins.
Yeah.
That's to catch any debris that goes off the street, goes in the storm drain and out to that storm basin and that tributary that you're talking about with all the trash in it. The reason why the builders put that there, they're under federal and state mandated law to do such. They don't put it out there because it looks nice. Builders and developers are under strict guidelines to not deposit any trash at all in the storm drains or storm tributaries. So Henderson is local, but be my guest to report to state and also to federal EPA, especially on stormwater.
The straw out there that you're talking about, but that's pretty much been blown all over.
Well, this is the thing. You have a lot of developers and builders. And this is what I did for 30 some odd years, right? And they fall, well, it's the trash, it's going over. They are under strict guidelines to do such. Henderson may not have the facility to report them or have the jurisdiction. But if you go on the EPA and if you go on the federal government website, you can report this. And you know, the developers or the builder is responsible. That's it, period. I know KB and I know Toll Brothers knows that for sure. Okay, so don't let them hide behind, oh, the developer. The sad thing is that the ramifications of that are felt by the people who buy the homes and have to look at it. I think it's stellar that you're picking up the trash. That's the yeoman's way to do it. But I think it's prudent for the HOA, because people have complained, to possibly write a letter directly from the HOA with the concern that this is going on behalf of the homeowner. I think collectively as the HOA, I don't think it's like prudent just to go and say, oh, go down to Henderson and make a report. It's been brought up at a public forum. We know that it's going on. It's recognized in the entire community. So I think it should be a letter that's written on behalf of the homeowners complaining about this to the developer and to the city of Henderson and to EPA.
And something like that, very good point, something like that will have a little bit more authority than myself.
So I think if we do it the HOA, does it, you do
Oh, yeah,
it
we sure.
as a
we all do
combined
it.
force, we're gonna get hurt.
Yeah.
So thank you. Okay,
Can I suggest to the HOA in situations like that, in other situations within the community, if there's somebody doing something wrong, that someone puts up a game camera. You have somebody that's a hunter that could let you put it up someplace on a pole, that does night vision. They even have some that broadcast on Wi-Fi. Catch the culprits, turn them off.
thank you.
But even if it's not gonna happen in the future, it still needs to be cleaned up what they've done.
Someone's like in trouble.
Right there. Right.
Capture that.
Okay, okay.
Little
Okay.
video. You have something.
Hi, my name is Tanya Neely and I live on 2092 Area Petals Walk. So I live on a walk which has one of the like lovely grassy areas out front. And so I'm hoping to like find out in the next before decisions are like made and like set in stone, what the plan is regarding functional versus non-functional turf, or if the walks are in like clearly in one of those areas, because as far as like I'm concerned and my neighbors are concerned, it's very functional. We use it every single day. My boys play on it. My neighbors and dogs utilize it. I have an elderly neighbor who likes to like sit and enjoy the sun. So just want to make sure that I just kind of like live in fear every time the landscapers come to like one day like they're just gonna start eating out the grass.
No, that is actually one of the goals we have for 2023 is to go through the entire community with SNWA and identify what areas will need to be modified, right? And then if we do have an area that we think should be functional, but SNWA thinks no, then we can also appeal it, right? So that is our goal. That is one of the goals that we're hoping to have for our prior July meeting. We have a huge community. So we've already identified some that we absolutely know, okay, we gotta do something about. But everything else, we're slowly but surely, we're meeting with SNWA And we're going around going, okay, this is used for blah, 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 blah. Now, if we need to put a park bench here to save this, da, 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 would that work, right? So we're looking at recommendations like that, and they are very willing to work with us. And then we are going to create a 3-year plan because we have to have everything done within 3 years, right? So this year, we're gonna start slow and hit the big ones that we know we absolutely have to do. And then we will have a plan for 2024 and a plan for 2025, and we will absolutely be transparent and let everybody know what we're doing.
Fantastic. I can't wait. Freak out every time I hear it.
Yes, I have a question about the consumption of adult beverages. I know we have children in the house, I'm not gonna say here. So now I'm a little confused because I'd like to consume adult beverages, right? But I've been to the jazz thing and a couple other like activities over at the, I'll just call it the pavilion area. I've been told that I can't consume adult beverages there, although at the last Jazz Fest, there was a lot of consuming. I'm not saying I'm letting anybody out, I don't care. I think state of Nevada says you can drink outdoors, right? So what is the rules? I mean, I know that it's not the public park, which like Henderson probably has rules on the park, but can you consume adult beverages at the pavilion area?
So at the pavilion, because the restaurant, the city does allow us because the restaurant serves it. We also have permission for our own events to use the outdoor garden where we hold the beer gardens and things like that. Inside the community center, it is not.
So outdoors, under the stars, you can, let's just say. Inside the pavilion, you can.
Inside the center, the building itself.
Where you have to open a door and go.
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
Anybody else?
I can't believe I had so many questions, but now that I'm here, I have all these questions. So I had a question about the microplaces. So on Canvas Edge, like that whole area, I thought they were just pulling out rosemary, but they are pulling out a whole lot more than just rosemary.
Yeah.
Are they planting everything? And then why did the things get pulled that aren't rosemary?
Just it depends on what kind of plant it was, and if it's declining, if it's unsightly. We're getting rid of obviously a lot of rosemary in Village 1 because of the big beds. It's very dense.
We appreciate that.
Yeah, the rats love that stuff.
So
Black
the black
widows,
widows,
bees, yeah. So we've been through the years, we've got a lot of complaints about that. So Village 1 is notorious for deep beds of rosemary. That's why we wanted to enhance those areas. If there's deep beds of another dense plant like the Baccharis, what you have in your area, I'm getting rid of because those are the same thing. They're kind of like rosemary. They grow to the ground and they're very dense. And a lot of stuff is just planted on top of each other. So we may be removing things to open up space, less watering, easier maintenance,
That
more
replacement starts
symmetrical.
soon. The replacement is starting soon.
I believe they started planting plants this week. They went ahead and removed all, because it was a lot of labor, so they went and removed all the bulk of the plants, and now they're going back and starting to plant plants.
And then speaking of that pocket park, I just had a comment about number 12, the solar bollards that you're putting in. The ones they put in at that park over there are not great. So they like shine right in your eyes and they actually make it harder to see. So like it's supposed to make it brighter, but it like makes it more difficult to see anything at the park. There are some, yes, there are some around the perimeter that shine down and those are fantastic. So like if you take a look at night and like the ones with like the bars, they like shine right in your eyes, but the ones that shine down actually make the area brighter. So it would be nice if people weren't blinded.
I go in there every night, I never noticed. I'm never blinded by it.
Take a look at the difference between the two.
Yeah, the ones on that straight walkway, I had to ask Jeff.
The ones on the pathway are pathway lights. That's why we put those there.
Yeah, they're
The ones in the grass area are for
broad.
open.
Yeah, so when you're coming in the entrance, you can't even see the bench on the other side because the lights are so bright right in your eyes.
Oh, that one walkway.
So, and that's the concern.
I don't
we had
injure that
because there was that,
Yeah.
like, that guy that was like,
Yeah.
So, but you can't see them because you're blinded by the lights, so it's not any safer.
Yeah.
So that, I just want to make that comment, and then, 2 comments about the meetings in general. It would be great, so I'm super excited about the community enhancement committee, moving forward with the, fitness equipment. And it sounds like that there were plans, it'd be nice if we like had something that we could look at to see what you guys were all voting on. So you have access to it, but we don't. And so it'd be nice to see like where it's gonna be located, what kind of equipment you're
Yes,
talking about.
very exactly, this West Trail is.
So sorry, personally, my plan is we wanna make sure that everything gets approved first before it goes out to everybody. So now that everything's approved, we can show you the locations and we can put that out on the newsletters and show everybody
So, but as,
where it's going.
I totally get that, but as homeowners, we can't comment on what we don't know about. So like the beginning homeowner comments are for agenda items. We don't know anything about it. Like, in theory, I'm in favor of the equipment, but I don't, like, maybe I would have comments about like where they were located or the type of equipment, but I don't even know
Right.
what you're considering. Okay, so just going forward, it'd be nice if we had more information about the things that you're actually voting on. And then I did have a concern because we don't own all of the West Trail. So I just want to make sure that we're putting the equipment on actual land that we own and that
Yes.
we're not gonna have.
Yes,
So
that's
it's
what
not
I
gonna
said.
have to be like removed and.
No, Jack and I worked with the committee for
We are
a
putting
couple
out our-
months, figuring out exactly where we needed to put them, where it would be best for everybody, where it would be more utilized for everyone. This is kind of, are they going to be used? We wanna make sure that it's going to be used, everybody
They're
can get
different
that.
type of equipment.
Yes, they are.
And we would love to see that.
Yeah, some are more used, some are like, or useless.
Right.
Um,
And this is kind of our guinea pig. If we find out that this is really nice and people aren't really using it, then we're going to move on to other places.
Yeah, great, they will.
the other,
Everybody's going to lose weight and.
It's just, very blanket statement, everybody.
other concern I have is with, and I appreciate that the board is getting stuff done between meetings, like voting by email. However, we're not privy to that information either. And as homeowners, it'd be nice to know what gets approved and what doesn't. So I don't know if that's something that you can include in the weekly e-blast that went out, that just a little section that says, the board approved this, like via consent, like via email or whatever, just so that like we're aware, because it makes me a little uncomfortable that you guys are doing things kind of closed door without us getting a chance to know or comment on it. So I don't know if that's a possibility. I'm not even sure like where that falls with NRS and like I know.
So, yeah, it's kind of a double-edged sword, because, we have to wait for acknowledgement from the board, and then we can provide. And I hear what you say, okay?
And I
So I
appreciate
guess
that
I can say, I guess in our weekly newsletter, we can say, the board will be considering via email the following, blah, blah, blah.
that would be great, because that would be really great, because I appreciate that you're not waiting another 3 months or 4 months,
Right.
whatever. You know, I appreciate that you're not waiting that to get stuff done, so, but itid be nice if it was just a little bit more transparent. And then I have just one more comment. Are we getting any feedback from City of Henderson on all of the traffic stuff that we submitted? And we did have a kid that got hit in the crosswalk on via Friends over on the other side by Via Como. So I mean, that is an area of concern. So like, I know you said it would take a kid getting hit, but a kid got hit. So like, I don't know if we need stoplights or if we need like flashing
If you look at the
crosswalks.
corner here on, Terranova, there used to be a sign there, but it's been cut off. And you can still see the stump of the sign.
I think that a minimum that would be nice would be flashing crosswalks on both sides of the street, because on the Via Como side, it curves weird, and so cars can't see people standing at that.
Well, there's so many cars parked there, you can't
Yes.
see what's going
And
around.
so like a flashing, at minimum, so stoplight would be great, but at a minimum, flashing crosswalk sign would be great.
Because the indicator flasher, crosswalk indicator signs are really tall.
Isn't Shaw here on the 20th?
You can't
Yes.
see them.
Yes, I'm like,
That's it.
On the 20th, at 5:30, bring that up.
oh, I have one more thing.
Barbara.
Sorry.
Just one
So we
more.
got a letter in the mail regarding city homes, and I don't own a city home, so I was just hoping that maybe you could offer some clarification about that. It was something about increased maintenance was gonna be turned over to the homeowner.
With your statement.
Yeah, what was that about?
So it's an answer, it was just clarification on what is actually on the maintained by the city homes homeowners. Difference, because some of the landscaping in the front is maintained by the association, but still owned by the homeowner. So it was just making sure that those city homeowners were aware that their hardscapes are their responsibility, not the responsibility of the association.
So nothing's changing?
No, nothing's changing,
Oh,
it's just
it made it sound
clarifying,
like there was a change, not like,
it was just
okay,
just clarification so everybody knew what was going on.
right, that's it.
Back there.
Okay, and so just to parlay off what she was saying about the safety, because again, I'm like new in the community. The new build area, Paroli and Via Inspirata is a drag race strip for these people. I can't tell you how many times I go outside shaking my fists to these people, because literally they line up their little like sports cars and they drag race down
And we get to hear them all night.
every night. And then within the roundabout, I watched actually, when we first moved in, I watched a red truck that would go up and down like every day. And he would drift in the roundabout and knocked a car off of the lane. They were lucky enough to get off. Well, he continued to drift and they had to wait. So I don't know if there's anything we can do with Henderson PD to work in partnership to get people out there patrolling.
The more that people go to contact Henderson and tell the city, the more that they're gonna come out, because if you don't tell the city,
Right.
they have no idea there's a problem.
Okay,
So you gotta
Right.
tell.
If I see that, I usually call 311.
okay.
And hopefully with the new substation coming in, we'll
That's
have
what I was
better.
hoping for substation.
Well, you can
Response
call
rates.
311 to tell the city. Well,
Yeah, I called 311 like quite a few times just
Yeah.
because like, especially when the guy knocked the person off
Right.
the road. I was a little
Yeah,
shook about that.
Definitely.
I just,
if the city,
again,
the city knows about it, they can do something else about it, maybe they can do cash calming things or, you know,
right,
everything, but if the city doesn't know that there's a problem, then,
right.
you know, you can call the cops, they can be out there all the time, but it might not stop
Yeah.
the issue and we need to fix it.
I organize the union for a living, so the teachers union, so I'll quietly organize the union.
Yay, all right. Okay, we finished up. Yes, sir.
Okay, I don't know if it's the builders or the city, but we live on Palmezzo. And we notice our sidewalks are all deteriorating, concrete being eaten. And I thought maybe it was like a water leak or something until I started looking around and it's on both sides of the street. And the concrete is just being eaten away. I don't know what would cause that or who is responsible for the sidewalks.
It's a bad for,
What's that?
that's for, concrete was compromised with the down.
Again, that's
It's
Southern
called
Florida.
it's called spalling.
How do we have that addressed or what would be?
It hasn't been turned over yet.
Yeah,
So
they've
that's,
done it on-
yeah, it's not an association with thing yet, but we just made a note of it to the builder.
Yeah, we'll let the builder know, but know this, that their bond work to get released to turn over to the HOA,
Includes,
they are gonna have to include
yes.
repairing the sidewalks.
Well, it's
I
considered,
think-
spalling is considered a safety infraction. So if little Johnny's riding a skateboard and
Right.
tears in the wheel, then that's a safety. So if it's marked as a safety item on the report from the builder, and it's mandatory change.
The builder.
You do not want the builder to come back and do a wet slurry over the top of it like they're patching it. Because that doesn't work. It's a bad small.
Yeah. Agreed.
We'll bring it up.
One last thing, to maybe help the folks with that trash, like, is the security guards like travel that at night, do a run by some of those drainage channels?
I mean, they control the community, so they go up to 6'5" and control those houses, the residents that are living in there.
Oh, okay.
But they don't drive on those roads.
I was thinking some of those abutting streets if there are some. Anyway, I was just a suggestion. It's all good. I'm done.
I wanna, on a tangent, on my last thing, so I just was wondering if we're having a dialogue with City of Henderson about all the traffic stuff?
We are, we'll continue to follow up.
But no, I'm not doing it.
We do have one additional.
What?
It's all my question, yes, it's a comment. It says, can we address the minutes to our community of the coyote?
What?
The minutes of the coyotes.
Coyote.
We can't do anything about that.
I wish.
Yeah.
All right, any other questions?
I just wanna
I know, yellow.
clarify, when people are going to contact Henderson, if there's an issue somewhere, please be specific where the issue is. If you say, there's a lot of trash over in this one area, they're gonna try to figure out where you're talking about, so this is specific. So
And
that way
time,
they know exactly where to go.
and time if it's traffic, so that the police
Yeah.
know when to come out.
Exactly.
All right, thank you very much. We are going to move for adjournment. The next board of directors meeting will be held on Tuesday, July 18th at 6 p.m.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Thank you very much. I know all the-
Trying to check.
No, no, I didn't.